Our health is like a spiderweb, intricately made up of connecting strands that compose our entire experience of life. While there are a number of ways to think about this life web that you may be familiar with, the framework that I have studied the most is the concept of deep health. I'm going to break down some of the most common aspects of these dimensions so that you can see how it all fits together. Deep health consists of 6 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, existential, social, and environmental. Deep health is all about thriving in all dimensions of your life, not just physical well-being. This is important for understanding and assessing how you can improve your health, reduce your stress, and spend more time in flow. Thinking about your health and your life as consisting of different dimensions and how you can influence each area for balance will lead you to a more whole and fulfilled life. Before we get into the different dimensions, think about where you feel out of balance in your life and where you are currently thriving. I will also include a link in the description to the Deep Health Questionnaire that will help you to identify how you're currently doing in each dimension and give you ideas for goals that will lead you towards greater health and resilience. So first up, let's talk about physical. Physical health is feeling vibrant, energized, and thriving. It's about performing and functioning well. It's how our bodies feel, function, and perform, and physical health is often what people think about when we talk about health. It's important, undoubtedly, to high performance and thriving through all stages of life, but I think it's also important to recognize that most of us prioritize physical health and can often do so at the expense of the other dimensions. Mental health is being alert, focused, competent, and thoughtful. It's also about learning and remembering and solving our problems well. Our creativity and flexible problem solving ties into mental health, and so does our capacity for insight and conscious awareness. Emotional health is experiencing a full range of emotions and expressing them appropriately. It's our general mood, and also having more positive than negative emotions is an important part of good emotional health. I often think about how emotional and mental health are considered different dimensions of health and why that is. Most of us probably would group them together if we were asked to make our own life web, but mental health and emotional health require different strategies to work on to improve and develop greater resilience, which is why I think they are separate. Mental health involves more peak performance characteristics like spending time in flow and productivity and time management, and emotional health and expressing emotions appropriately includes having crucial conversations and having healthy boundaries between what's in your control and what isn't. So now let's talk about spiritual or existential health. Feeling a sense of meaning and purpose in life is what's really behind the existential health component. It's about having a deeper why for our work and our lives, and feeling like we're part of a bigger picture or larger purpose than ourselves alone. Spiritual health does not have to equate with religion. In the last few years, many of us have experienced a whole lot more existential stress. Any of the transcendent peak states, like flow, can contribute to a greater existential health. And social or relational health is about being connected and authentic with others. So it's about feeling supported and like you belong, and connecting and interacting well with others. Relational health is about having a tribe that you feel a part of, and relationships where you feel accepted as you are is an important part of this as well. And then the final aspect of the deep health framework is environmental health. This is about knowing your everyday surroundings support your health and well-being. So being and feeling safe and secure, sometimes this is apparent in living in less safe neighborhoods, and sometimes it's from environmental factors that we can't immediately be aware of that are threatening us, like pollutants and even light or noise pollution. Having access to resources like healthcare and healthy food is an important part of our environmental health, and also having a sense of personal autonomy and agency. We've seen how this can be influenced by institutional and global situations in the past couple of years. Often, environmental health is hard to influence and change, so I also think it's important to recognize what's in your control when it comes to your environmental health. At times in our life, we have very little influence due to circumstances, and other times we do have the agency to change our environment. While all dimensions of deep health are closely connected, I think that environmental health really shows just how woven together the different dimensions are, and how making even small changes to improve one aspect can lead to many other positive effects as well. And another question that often comes up with the 6 dimensions of deep health is, where's the money? If I were to rapid fire off important categories of life, I would probably include something about finance. It's in there in the 6 dimensions too, though. It's part of many of these dimensions of health, but especially our environmental health and part of our mental and emotional health. Having a healthy relationship with money tends to mean not being preoccupied with it and recognizing that it's a tool and a means to an end, not the end itself. So if you were to categorize your dimensions of health, would you change anything? Leave a comment below. And this video was foundational info to set you up for understanding more about your performance, recovery, and stress levels. As such, I hope that you found this information helpful, and if you did, be sure to hit the like button.